Hello everyone, welcome again. This is the quick information material about this tank, Russian heavy tank, premium heavy tank on tier 8, object 252U, which we have in the shop at the moment for next week. They got two versions. One version, one bundle is this one, where you can have a tank itself and one garage slot, and this one costs you 8,500 of gold. And also there's second version which contains the tank, of course garage slot as well, full 9 equipment slots unlocked, which saves you some credits, thunder and lightning rare camo, which is this one. It's nothing spectacular. I don't know if it's worth it, as it's nothing like a legendary camo. It's just a regular camo from Blitz. And for that, on top of that, you have 10 certificates for ×5 experience and the Crackshock legendary avatar. So all of that costs you 10,000 of gold. So as long as most of the players, or most of us, got lots of gold, lots of credits in the stash already, so you can easily pay credits for equipment slots, and the camo is not a legendary camo, so easily you can buy the cheapest version for 8,500 of gold. Just save you 2,500. How about the tank? The tank itself is really, it depends. For some players is a very good tank, for some players is a moderate tank. Of course, if you're a skilled player, every single tank is good for you. But this one, the special power of this tank, I mean, is called, is taken as a really OP tank in the game because of his incredible armor. As you can see, the armor is similar like in IS4, the same shape and profile. But if you look at the parameters here, like this one, the armor profile is quite strong, and the only problem is the lower plate. If you look at here, got 161 millimeters. It's 100 millimeter armor, but it's angled, and the effective armor is 162 millimeters. So just consider you're playing on tier 8 and 9. So 160 millimeter is enough even for super perishing to penetrate with 175 millimeters. And super perishing is always considered not very good penetration. The other different situation is here, when you got incredible 400, 708 millimeters of active armor. Same here, even a weak spot gives you 600 millimeters, and whole turret is well armored 660. This is 460. Of course, there's a spaced armor here, and the only weak spot is here on the hatches, but the hatches are quite small, and you got 156 millimeters. So if you manage to cover your lower part of the hull, you are pretty much safe. You are like a godlike. And it's a fantastic side scraper. Look, if you angle this tank, for example, like this, let's consider the situation that this is the wall, and then you just show only this bit up to the gun. So all the frontal armor is hidden behind the obstacle, and you're showing your opponent only this part. So look, you got 260, 255. Only weak spot is here on the top, quite small. And when you start wriggle, it's really difficult to hit. And also there is angled armor, so it's even more trickier to penetrate. All the turret area got incredible 400, 600 millimeters armor. Of course, this is a spaced one. And here, look, 346. The bottom part 329, and here 740. With those angles, it's really difficult to penetrate. Even here in the front one, which is exposed at the moment, you got 340 millimeters. So there's nothing that could be easily penetrated. Of course, you got spaced armored here, and 370, 360, 330, and then at the bottom here 307 millimeters. Most of the tank is covered by tracks, which gives you 20 millimeters of armor as well. So it's a perfect, seriously perfect side scraper. What else? The other side of this gun is a similar tank like IS3. Of course, in IS3 the armor is completely armor profile is completely different, but it's the same gun. So if you want to check before you buy this tank. If you want to check if this tank is good for you, if you feel happy. Of course, it's another tank with 122 millimeters gun, which means quite a long reload and very long aiming point time. So for example, like here in object 252U, when we get to the upgrades, yeah, dispersion is 0.42. It's quite big dispersion, like 122 Russian gun, and aiming time 7.6. So even if you use the equipment slot, sometimes you can get down with 100% trained crew. You may get about 5.86 seconds, which is still quite a lot. The rest of the parameters is the same like in IS-3 122 millimeters gun with 225 millimeters of armor piercing, and this one has a slightly object has slightly higher alpha damage, is 420, and IS-3 has 400, and that's it. So, like I said, this tank has incredibly strong armor, so it's quite easy to play. If you're a new player, you want to learn techniques like side scrapping and stuff, this is a perfect tank for you. Especially on the back. If you look on the back, this armor looks a bit tricky because, of course, of those angles here, the shape of it. It may look like a dingy one, but again, if we get to the armor profile, look on the back of this tank here, 162 millimeters, 220 in that position, but if someone sometimes is cruising around 170 and 150. So if you look at from this position, the turret armor, let's face it like that, at 130, 140, 170. So if you face the higher tier enemies, it's quite easy to penetrate all your backside. From here, another story is the side armor is like most of the high tier Russian IS version tanks. Got 180 millimeters here, and here there's 100 millimeter. But if you look from here, all this part up to this spaced armor is covered. It's like space armor here. It gives you 200 millimeters. So this you can consider that angle here. That's quite difficult to penetrate. The different story is here. If you manage to get through the tracks, of course, if you shoot high enough, you can penetrate this part. It's 100 millimeters only, and it's flat. It's not like IS-3 had this like a V shape here. This one is completely flat, and this is the only easy part of hull to penetrate. Turret 230, 240, and the backside, of course, angled 280. So seriously, armor profile of this tank is really good. So is it a good option to buy this tank or not? Let's talk about it during that quick replay I would like to show you here on this particular tank. In my opinion, if you are familiar with 122mm Russian guns, of course this is a very good option for you. The price, 8,500 of gold for a basic setup for a tank and garage slot, is very good price. Is a similar price like for other the old premium tanks that we have in the premium shop of the game. So considering the starting price of this tank when it was introduced a couple of years ago, it was about $50. So now it's a real bargain. Of course, if you, like I said, if you're familiar with Russian 122mm guns and you don't mind weak points of them, of course you just benefit from excellent armor profile. And if not, just look for try to play on IS-3. If you like the game style on IS-3, that's gonna be very good tank for you, even better than IS-3. Like I said, the gun is similar, but the armor profile much better. And that's it for other players. This is another, like I said, another 122mm premium Russian tank. So it's quite pretty much the same, like like IS-3. Like I said, IS-6 has a much different armor profile, so we don't compare this here. But it's the same gun, 122 millimeters. So just up to you if you think about it. To compare the both version, both bundles, I would probably suggest to buy the cheaper bundle for 8,500 because you have tank and a garage slot. In the 10,000 bundle you have the armor. I mean, you have the camo, which is not epic camouflage, so there's no point to spend gold on it because then that camo you can buy in the game as well. And equipment slots you can buy for credits, so there's not much benefit for 1,500 extra gold. That's my opinion. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. I hope I just give you some good advices, explain something that you've been looking for. I hope you take this material as a useful, and thank you everyone for coming. Stay tuned for incoming materials. Meanwhile, take care and goodbye.